guitar dudes and dudettes, thanks for checking out part 2 of, I guess I should have named it My Sharon instead of Should It Stay or Should It Go. And speaking of which, it's still here, so I guess that answers that question, right? It was the law of diminishing returns. Be $100 in shipping both ways and no guitar, or just keep it and deal with the cosmetic damage that doesn't seem to affect the playability at all. And I like the way it plays, so I'm going to keep it. I might even just use this ding to my advantage and get out some sandpaper and relic this bad boy one of these days. So we'll have to find out. So just wanted to give you a quick sound check, because this guitar has something that your average Stratocaster does it, and that's what I call the Leo switch. It's called the expanded switch in G&L speak, but I'm calling it the Leo switch because I think it's kind of Leo's way of sticking it to Fender. Look, I made a guitar that looks almost exactly like yours, but it does something your guitar can't do. And that's what this little switch does. So I gave you a quick rundown of that, a little bit of a sound check. So just for your ear purposes, I'm not on the clean channel because that's not my thing. I'm on the crunch channel. I got a little bit of gain. I've got the built-in blues driver just barely on, a little bit of reverb, a little bit of delay. And I'm also running my tube screamer pedal in front of that with the distortion all the way, almost all the way down, more or less just using it kind of as a dry pedal. So anyway, that's where we're at. So let me give you a quick rundown of what the switch does and what these tone knobs that aren't really called tone knobs do. This one is called the treble cut, and this one is the bass cut. And the best way I can explain it to you in layman's terms is consider these one tone knob that's been cut in half. That's kind of how I see it. This is kind of like 10 through 5 on your treble, and this is 5 through 0. And I guess what it does is it gives you an infinite way to mix the two together, but they are consistent against across all pickups, no matter what pickup selection you've got. So I've got everything done on the guitar because that's where it sounds best to my ear. And I'll play some chords because my brother-in-law says, hey man, when you're demoing a guitar, you should play some chords because it's easier for me to tell how it sounds. So we'll try that. I'll give you a quick rundown. This is the standard Stratocaster position. That's the bridge pickup. This would be the bridge and middle pickup. Just the same that you'd hear on basically any other Strat. This is the middle pickup, and I notice when I go to middle pickup, I start getting some feedback. I don't know why that is, so I got to dial the volume down just a little bit to get rid of that. I guess that's the single coil thing happening there. These two. And then just the neck pickup. So then we'll get into what the switch does. So in this position, obviously we're in standard Stratocaster mode. As soon as I flip that up and engage it, that gives me the bridge pickup and the neck pickup together. Kind of a cool sound. I kind of like that. That's the one thing that this guitar does that most other Strat style guitars don't do. And then in the middle position, you get all three. Right. But for me, the sweet spot is on the bridge, just like it is on all my other guitars. What sets this guitar apart from those is, even though I've got coil splits on a couple of these, the humbucker pickups, I just can't get that single coil tone. At least I can't. I haven't been able to get it. It's not something that I'm heavily involved with as far as the music that I enjoy. The Stratocaster type chingy type sound. That's why I'm not running it totally clean, because that's just not my thing. But it does do this thing. And that's the sound I'm really looking for. So the law of diminishing returns said pay $100 in shipping back and forth, or just keep it and you know, consider it something that maybe you just relic it or let it ride as it is. I'm not going to put any money into this guitar, new strings, a little bit of maintenance, and that's it. So I'm going to keep it. And I really appreciate you checking out my video. And as always, have a great weekend and rock on.